Welcome back, everyone, to Tough Crit, where this time we're back to D&Deopardy. The last time we played, I did super well, but after betting all of my points, I landed with a big fat 0, so I lost. But this time, we're back for revenge. I am, anyway. John and I have prepared some pretty tough questions, and Max is in the hot seat this time. So, Max, how you feeling? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm not feeling that great. I'm not good at the lore stuff sometimes. I'm really good at the mechanical stuff. I feel like you guys might stump me this time.
That is not great news for you because we do have some lore questions prepared for you. You want to talk again about the rules?
So we're using the same rules as last time. If we get 1,500 points, that's considered a win. If we're able to double those points and get to 3,000, essentially, someone will have to face a consequence. That is not me. That'll be you and John.
You hope. You hope.
I hope. I hope.
Hey, I'm innocent in this. I'm just here for the revenge.
But very worried because this is going to be a very trying time for me. See how many questions I could get correct.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be challenging.
Just a little bit.
John, why don't you let us know about the categories? I think we've got some new ones this time and some old ones as well.
We have 2 of the same ones and 3 new ones. Some of them you're going to do great, Max. Don't worry. It'll be great. You're doing mechanics on some of them. Other ones, good luck. So we're going to start with Beast of Faerun. That's same as last time. So these are not just from Faerun, but the entirety of D&D. We also have Raw, which is just rules as written. So either rules, rulings, or situations and how that would play out. We have Rule of Laws Past, which these are questions mostly about older editions of D&D. And then we have Lore of the Realms, which this one's talking more about D&D itself, its creation, maybe a couple other like little lore details within it. And then finally, again, we are going to have Game, What is Home, where we're just talking a little bit about our home game. Though with your note-taking, I think you'll do pretty well with that one.
I guess I'll start with Beast of Faerun for 100.
Ooh, starting it off nice and easy. What are the 2 primary categories of dragons?
Oh man, I should stop now. 2 primary categories of dragons. I want to say chromatic is one of them, I think, and ancient. So what is ancient and chromatic dragons?
That's what you want to start with?
I think so, because nothing else comes to my mind right now.
You're going to be so mad at yourself.
I'm gonna be so mad at myself.
Final answer.
Yeah, because I can't think of anything else.
You're so close.
Oh,
It's what
no!
are metallic and chromatic.
I forgot metallic was a thing.
With the challenge of this one that's coming in a little bit later, let's give you 50 points on that one.
Oh, yay.
So instead of the 100.
So I'll be on the board for at least a little bit. Let's do Rules of the Past for 200.
Ooh, Rules of Laws Past. In 3.5 edition, what happens immediately when you start to drown?
Geez, 3.5. In 5e, I think you roll a Constitution saving throw. But in 3.5, it's a little bit different. You fall unconscious. What is falling unconscious?
Congratulations, yeah.
Hey, all right.
Yeah.
I get credit for that?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I'll do Raw for 300.
300. Jeez. According to Raw, which jumps higher, an elephant or a cat? Bonus if for how high each one jumps.
What? Okay, instinct tells me it should be a cat jumps higher. I don't see how an elephant would jump higher.
Do you know how you do jumping in D&D in 5th edition?
God.
I believe in 5th edition it is it's half your strength score if you're jumping vertically up. And it's your strength score if you have like a running jump.
John, don't help him so much.
Okay.
Which jumps higher? Higher though, it's vertical. So I feel like a cat must have a feature built into their system to jump high. I want to say a cat can easily clear a person. I want to say what is a cat and how high it jumps? 15 feet.
Final answer?
That is my final answer. Oh my god.
That is incorrect.
Yeah.
What?
I think if it's based on strength, think about how strong an elephant is based on how strong a cat is.
What?
For 5th edition, for this one, I did like a 10-foot like movement before you do the high jump. That's your strength score plus 3. So for a cat has a -3 to its strength, so it only jumps 0 feet according to Raw, and then an elephant has a +6, so it's 9.
Somebody needs to contact Jeremy Crawford and fix this travesty, letting the cats down in D&D.
There might be something else that I missed, but yeah, no, I spent like 20 minutes just making sure that I wasn't stupid, and someone's gonna find out that I was.
Well, there goes all my points.
So are we doing negative points or no? We're not doing negative points.
No, it just drops to 0. Well, there goes all my points. Okay, let's start back up my recovery. Lore of the Realms for 100.
Who publishes Dungeons and Dragons?
Oh, that's easy. Wizards of the Coast. What is Wizards of the Coast? Yeah. Whoo! You know, if you asked me that when I started playing it, I probably would not have known that.
Yeah.
With everything that's happened this year within it, I would be surprised.
Yeah, I've heard their names enough this year and last to know. Let's do game. What is home? 100.
Who hired the original party to search a desecrated temple where they met Wolf?
I believe that is what is Mira. She introduced Naruk and Wolf to us. Yep. Not Piper, who gave us other mercenary jobs. Mira, who we killed multiple times by accident.
Poor Mira. She didn't deserve most of those, especially when I ate her soul.
She did not want to come help us in the end because of this. Let's do Beast of Faerun 200.
This monstrosity, known for its ferocity and fluffiness, has unclear origins in the universe, but the real-life fusion was based on a toy kaiju. It also happens to be John's favorite monster, so.
Oh man, this is where the audience finds out I don't know John as well, nor do I know what monster this could be. Based off a toy kaiju. So kaijus are Godzilla, King Kong, monstrosities essentially. Did not see what you held up.
I held it up twice, so.
Okay, yeah, I
Just
missed
trying to
it
help.
both times. I was trying to read.
Okay.
Real life fusion, but the real life fusion was based on a toy kaiju.
That might not have been worded really clearly with that, but it's a fusion of real-life things.
But the real life fusion was based on fluffiness. What monster is fluffy?
It's not specifically fluffy, but it's what I think of kind of when looking at it.
Damn, I don't even know a creature that I could name that would have like a fluffyish feature.
This is a hoot.
Was that hoot a clue? Because I feel like you just told me. What is an owlbear? Oh shit!
Whoa.
Thank God.
Yep.
I'll take half points for that. Since I got some help.
No, we'll give you. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
That one wasn't clearly worded, so I'm sorry, so.
No, you know, on thinking about it, it was a fusion. The kaiju element definitely threw me off.
When they were making it and trying to come up with original monsters for D&D, I can't say who it is because it's based on a question later, but that person bought like a bunch of random plastic dinosaur toys that weren't dinosaurs, but they were basically kaiju, and he took the design of one of that, ran with it, and that's how he created the owlbear.
Let's do I want to get rid of these hundreds. Let's do raw for 100.
The measure of a character's health in D&D is called this.
The measure of a character's health in D&D is called this. What is Constitution?
All right.
Son of a bitch! I should have just picked the second answer. I guess a measure. I guess technically I should have stuck with hit points. I thought it was more of like what determines a character's health. Okay.
It was too easy and you never got it.
Rules of the past for 100.
For 100, how many classes are in base D&D first edition?
I think it's only 3. God, was fighter always called a fighter? I almost want to go like to the very basics of just be like warrior, thief, and wizard or mage. I feel like it wasn't always called wizard. Oh no! This is 100 points.
You're going for the bonus points, which is what's making it hard, but yeah.
I'm just going for the 3 classes. What is 3 classes? And I'm gonna try and name them I don't think it was called Fighter in the beginning, so I'm gonna try and just wing it, and just go a warrior, a thief, and a mage.
So you're correct. There were 3 classes, but surprisingly, no. It was the cleric, fighting man, and the magic user.
That's embarrassing. I feel like cleric. I should have guessed cleric. Thinking about it, it's usually the healer.
And then they shortly after that added thief, and then AD&D they added like a bunch more.
Okay, all right, not too bad, not too bad. All right, let's go. Let's knock out a high one. Let's do rules of pass for 300.
What does THACO stand for?
I have literally never seen this in my entire life.
Oh, okay. Then. Thank God for editors, right?
TACO? Is that a 0 or an O? That's a 0, right?
It is actually a 0, but it's called THACO. But yeah, so it is 0.
That hits AC 0?
Holy crap, you're close.
To hit armor class 0. That still would have been wrong. It's fine. But why? I figured it was going to be AC 0, but to hit, no.
No, you were right there. You almost had it.
I got one word off.
That was fantastic. Great job.
For never seeing it and just putting context clues together. AC and 0. That's all I had.
Rick, do we want to be nice and give him half points for that?
I did get most of the answer, actually.
Yeah, I'll give him half for that.
Let's do Lore of the Realms for 300.
What is the name of the miniature war game that D&D grew from?
Oh, I heard somebody talk about this.
Max looked like he just had a heart attack listening to that.
Oh my god, I swear to god, I watched a video where 2 people were talking about it, and they're like, oh, do you know where D&D came from? And I was like, I tuned it out. Oh my god. I want to say Pathfinder, because I know Pathfinder is like another like type of D&D to some people, but I don't know if it was a miniature game.
To give you like clarity on like miniature war game, think like Warhammer 40k or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about, but I don't know if Warhammer came out before. I'm pretty sure Warhammer came out after.
It's not related to Warhammer. That was just a hint. And this is also Rick Creston, so he really wanted to hurt your soul.
Damn, D&D is really old too. I don't know any old miniature war games. I'm just gonna say, what is war? Yeah, I'm gonna have to forfeit this one. What is chainmail? Holy sh! I've never heard of that.
Rick, do you know the history of that one?
I do not. I looked that one up. I have no idea. If I got that question, I definitely would have said Warhammer. I'd like to look into that a little bit because I never heard of it.
Before you typed that question up, I had no idea what chainmail was. I'd never heard of it, but it was the first game that the creator of D&D made and did not do well. And he thought of D&D as kind of like an afterthought of something that had like someone made him a question or something like that. And he's like, huh, that might be interesting. And that's what eventually led to D&D.
What's my score at right now before we start getting into the 400s?
You are at 250.
Okay, let's see if we can build that up. Some Lore of the Realm for 200.
Who are the 2 people credited with creating Dungeons and Dragons? I'll show you some grace, and you only have to say their first names.
Okay, Jeremy Crawford did not invent D&D. He's just one of like the biggest guys who like talks about it, clarifies rules and stuff like that. Oh my god, how do I not know this?
To be a little fair to you, I only knew one of them. I didn't know the name of the other one until Rick gave me the question.
This is bad. We're a D&D channel and I don't know who made D&D.
Well, either way, you're about to, and our viewers at home will also know this very soon. So just think of this as educating the masses and educating yourself.
We're a D&D education channel. We're a tabletop role-playing game channel.
It's an interesting name, and I'm just going through a list of names that I might know. I want to say someone like a W. I feel like W's on my, like, I don't know, like Wizard of the Coast might just be on my mind. I don't know, guys. I'm going to have to give this one up. I'm not sure at all. I don't even know what name to use. Juarez. It's not even with a W. I just
Okay.
Juarez.
Yeah.
And Dave Arneson.
Oh my God, Gary Gygax. Damn it. I did not remember Dave Arneson. I remember Gygax. I could literally hear Matt Mercer's voice in my head talking about the first name.
All right. So your plan was to build your points back up.
Hey, I believe in you. You have this. I know for a fact you'll get some of these questions.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna, if we had negatives, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go to negative. Let me go high, because I think I'm gonna have to save these low points and hope that they're a little easier. Let's go crazy and let's go with Beast of Faerun, 500.
What is the name of the deity of the beholders?
This was a bad idea.
Okay, I'm sorry. I love beholders and like all things about them in the Beholderkin. I don't know enough of them, but this is one that I'm like, oh my god. So I threw it in there because of it.
And the opposite of that is, I know nothing about beholders other than they have eyes. And more than one, and they can petrify you. Their deity? God, no. Hell no. Medusa. That's my answer. Medusa. From a different lore. From a different...
I mean...
Oh, she's a woman.
Yes. So the Great Mother, it was the one that, like, their progenitor, whatever that word is, the original one, she kind of birthed the rest of them. And people think she's insane, but she's just, yeah. This is, like, an out-of-the-pocket one. Like, if you know old lore, you would know this. Not necessarily new stuff. I don't know if she's actually still really used in D&D.
So it looks like I'm going to have to do some research after this game's done. And come back and do another video. But let's keep going. Beast of Faerun 400.
What is made when a gnome undergoes ceramorphosis?
We fucking asked Rick questions about ability checks, and you were asking me literally biology questions.
There are two answers to this question, and you can get it with either one.
I don't even know what theramorphosis is.
Come on, you gotta know what that is.
What is made when a gnome undergoes theramorphosis?
Mm-hmm.
A gnome becomes something else other than an illithid? I want to say, what is an illithid or a mind flayer then? This is gonna be sad. I'm gonna cry a little bit after this video is done. A gnome squidling. All right, we need to have a picture of that up.
So they're actually super kind of cute, which is why I love them. But gnomes, for some reason, I don't know if it's their purity or whatever, pretty much they always die, both the parasite and the gnome. So, like, they don't make mind flayers out of them. They tried for a little while to make, like, mutated parasites to work on gnomes, which is what makes a gnome squidling. They're kind of adorable, and I love them.
Beast of Faerun for 300.
This classic D&D monster terrified players not because it might kill their characters, but because it would destroy their equipment.
Ooh.
This is a fun one. I feel like this would be something you would know about.
I feel like there was one creature that could do this. But I feel like there's more than one creature that can do this. But I'm gonna say what is a gelatinous cube?
Final answer?
Yeah, there's another one in my head, but I can't think of it's like this one that turns things to stone and destroys things. But I think when you go inside a gelatinous cube, it kind of melts everything away. So I want to say what is a gelatinous cube and hate myself after when I get it wrong.
What is a rust monster? Honorary mention to a gelatinous cube and many other acid-based creatures.
Honorary mention, you want to give him half points for this?
Yeah, we'll give them half points for that. There are a bunch of them. We were going specifically for the rust monster because that's the one that we had fought. And this was another Rick question that he was just like, I feel like he was going into the background cackling when he made this one.
That was the first monster that Rick, I think, encountered with us when we were in the sewers.
Yes, that's right.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was the first monster. That was the one I was trying to remember. I just couldn't remember what they were called. We also fought a gelatinous cube there too.
That sewer was not okay.
It was a lot better after we left it, though.
No, I actually think we left that monster there. We didn't actually kill it. We just trapped it and left. So good luck to whoever goes down there to clean it. I just need a little hope. So I'm just going to go with game what is home for 200.
Who were the original 6 party members? Some of whom would go on to found the Guardians of the Grove.
The original 6 party members.
And I kind of flummoxed this question a little bit, so you might be more right than I am, if you want to do 7.
I'm going to interpret this as the people who were alive when the Guardians of the Grove were formed.
If you need to clarify, John, you can totally clarify. Like, that's...
Go back to the beginning.
The original straight first 6 then.
The original straight for 6, and technically say 7 because I flummoxed the question a little bit.
Because I would say that when the Guardians were formed, there was only 5 of us.
It's not that it was the first 6 players on our table.
And then some of those party members would then go on to found the Guardians.
Oh, some of whom... Okay, I get the question. Okay, so that's easy. That's Diego or York, same person. Corvus. Tito. Rindar. And technically... Oh my god. Who joined first? Because Naruk and Wolf joined first. And then Nulka joined. Right? Or did Nulka join? Because us 4...
So to make sure that I was right on this, I did go all the way back in the notes. Like, your notes from 4 years ago.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm just blanking on who joined first. Because I know Wolf and Naruk joined together. I don't remember if Nulka joined before Wolf or after Wolf.
Give you a hint that one of those, between Naruk and Wolf, one of them joined before the other, technically. So I didn't include one of them in this one. But you can count both of them, so I'll make it 7.
I want to say it was Nulka, Nulka, who was played by Al, joined, and then Wolf and Naruk joined, making 7.
Congratulations, it's who are Corvus, Diego, Nulka, Rindar, Teeter, and Wolf. Technically, Naruk joined right about the same time as Wolf, but Wolf, like, showed up slightly beforehand. Because he was the one that was immediately making jokes about him with not having an arm.
That's right. And there was this whole thing where he put a stick in his shell and all that. Yeah, awkward.
In the place where we met Wolf, we rode Nulka like a surfboard through acid because he had the shield that would get us through.
This was before I joined.
Let's do Raw for 200 and then go to my funeral as all these other questions are so high.
Strength, dexterity, intelligence, wisdom, charisma. What is missing?
What is Constitution?
All right.
Dude, I struggled so hard when you wrote this question. I could not figure it out. I'm like, I see 5. I know there's 6. I can't think of 6.
Immediately, I was like, oh, that's the thing I always look at since the beginning. Let's do... Oh my god, these are all going to be so hard. Raw for 400.
Raw for 400, okay. True or false? According to Raw, you can grapple a gelatinous cube.
I want to say false because it's the gelatinous cube. If you touch it, it's gonna automatically, you're gonna get sucked into it or get caught by it. So I want to say false. What is false?
True.
What?
You can, but you'd probably take a hit to your intelligence score if you did.
This is purely raw, and these last couple questions are raw questions. So don't think logically, think raw.
Well, the funny thing is that I figured that by putting that question there, it was gonna be true. But then I was like, no, don't think logically about that. Think.
You tried to outthink the outthinking.
Too many levels of thought. I need you to dumb it down.
Raw for 500.
Raw for 500. What is the only way to permanently kill a troll?
What is fire? You gotta use fire, or otherwise it'll regenerate.
Yeah, there's 2 answers here. And yeah, it's fire or acid damage.
Yeah. Because
Nice.
I remember fighting a few of these.
So you officially have the most points you have had this entire game. You're at 650.
I thought you were gonna say I was at 1500, and I was like, yay, we can stop here. Okay, 650. So I basically need pretty much all these questions to go well, otherwise I will lose.
Keep in mind, you can on the last question, you can bet everything. You can bet as much as you want to be able to get to where you want. We will still allow that.
That's if I have enough. That means I need 750 by the end.
Yeah, if you have 0, then 0 times 0 would still be 0.
You can do this. I believe in you. You got this.
Can I bet real live magic items in our games?
I'm gonna say you should save probably Game What Is Home for last.
Let's do Lore of the Realms for 500.
According to canon, the wizard Elminster traveled to Earth and met this author, which inspired him to write a source book for D&D?
It's in the title of the source book, so that's why I went with this one. So if you know source books...
I've read them, but have not, like, you know, I kind of skip over who made it. The Wizard Elminster is really funny, and I feel like that comes up in Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, he does. He shows up. He's actually, like, really big in canon.
He's actually my PS5 icon.
I feel like saying Gale would be funny, and hoping that the real author's name was also Gale, but I almost feel like that's probably not going to happen, since I don't know who wrote the book, the source book for D&D, and I feel like this is a long time ago. I want to say it's one of the creators, so just for fun, I'm just going to say, what is Gary Gygax? Just because. But I'm sure it doesn't make sense. Ed Greenwood, cool. Never heard of him. I'm sorry to my fans, or the fans I had.
My fans. So nobody cares.
Nobody cares. No I have no fans.
Max, I'm your fan. I love you. You're amazing.
Thanks, John. I appreciate that. You're not gonna appreciate when I lose.
Oh, I'm gonna appreciate when you lose.
I got 250 points, right? Oh no, I got 150 points.
You have 150 by my calculations.
You can do this. It's still possible.
I can do this. Let's do. I don't want to cheat, so I'm gonna do game. What is home for 300?
Game What is home for 300. When attempting to overcome Greed's challenge in the Magister's Tower, what were the items given by Blood, Wolf, and Corvus?
Oh. And now, before you answer this, Max, does he need to name all of these items by all three of us? Or does he need to get a certain amount? We're going to, like, let's establish some rules for this question.
Let's say he has to do at least 2 of them.
I know all 3. I just don't know what Corvus's item was called. I know what it did. Blood gave up hack. No, Blood gave up slash, I think. Wolf gave up hack, which was an axe. And Blood gave up slash, which was a sword. Or vice versa. I forget which one was which, because they both kind of did. And Corvus, you gave up your Amulet of Devout or something. Something like that. It was something that let you increase your DC. And I think it was given to you by Aya and Oya, the exalted gods in D&D. So what is hack slash and Amulet of Devout? That is my final answer, just because I can't remember exactly what Corvus's item's name was.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot. I lost 2 items in that one. But yes, I did. Yeah, so it was hack slash in the Tome of Leadership and Influence, or because Corvus is dumb, the pop-up book of Charisma. But yes, I did also give up that as part of the deal. I lost 2 items in that one. I can't remember why exactly. So you were more right than I was.
I think it was because Athea didn't have anything to give up. And so I think you doubled up.
This was a Rick question that stumped me at first.
Oh, I know why. It's we didn't give up one thing each. We just gave up to a maximum value of something. He wanted just a lot.
It wasn't like, one thing each. It was like some people gave several things. Some people only gave one thing. I only gave one thing. Blood held on so tightly to both of his bows at the time. Or maybe it was just one bow at the time. I was like, I'm not giving up this bow. I will not give up this bow.
Such a nice feeling, right? To not give up your magical items.
When I gave up something that was deeply personal to my character.
Rules of Laws Past. 400.
The creation of what TTRPG was, at least in part, influenced by issues with D&D 4th edition and its license.
Warhammer was going to actually be one of my answers. So if that was the one you're talking about, that was Warhammer is literally the only thing I could think of right now, because I don't know that much about Warhammer though. But I also am thinking about Pathfinder, because Pathfinder is literally the one I always compare D&D to. And I feel like that has to be the one that's heavily influenced. And people who love Warhammer are probably going to be like, what is this guy talking about? So I'm going to say, what is Pathfinder?
Nice job. Yeah, so I was like, don't say Warhammer. Come on.
No. I just see Warhammer come up in a lot of, like, people talk about D&D and then they bring up Warhammer and I'm like, are they similar things? Like, I know there's miniatures for Warhammer. So I'm like, maybe they have, like, a similar game type setup. I'm gonna knock out Rules of Laws Past for 500.
Teacher moment. If you're playing 2nd edition and you are fighting a dragon with a Thaco of 15, what do you need to roll to hit with an AC of 5?
All of this meant nothing to me.
If Susie buys 15 watermelons,
I'm going to give you a little bit of a hint. This is a word problem, obviously, as you know, you are a teacher. But instead of doing how AC is calculated now, which is just like a direct one and you have to roll up to it an additive, it used to be with Thaco it was a subtractive. So that's the only hit you're getting. So you had to roll up to something to be able to hit.
See, I feel like the 5th edition answer would be like, 10 or something, right? Like 15 minus 5, 10, right? But I almost feel like that's too simple, and it's completely a different system back then. What is 10 is going to be my first answer, but I almost want to say it's probably going to be like fucking what is an AC of 5? I am just going to stick to my first answer, which is the only one that kind of makes sense to me, is what I would have done. What is an AC of 10?
Wording was wrong, but yes, it is what is a 10. So that AC is like the difference between 0 and what you actually rolled.
Woo! Teacher moment.
You are currently at 1,350 points.
Let's go.
You could lose a lot, especially with Lord of the Realms. You could lose it, but you could gain it back. So, it's not over.
I'm saving Game What Is Home for 500, but I'm gonna do Game What Is Home for 400.
Who? No! Who did Blood propose to?
Blood did not propose to anybody. This is a trick question.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Blood got a magical ring that can do certain abilities. I think it lets you jump and stuff like that. And, of course, in the most romantic way possible, he got on one knee, confessed that he's always wanted to give this to her, who is L2R. This is canon.
It's not canon.
So-
You got it right, but in reality, it was like, hey, do you want this ring? Yeah.
Yeah.
Here.
It's very romantic.
It was payment.
Yeah.
I actually think it was
that's right.
payment. Actually, I think she did actually blackmail you or bribe you into something, a deal.
Yeah, it was to make the smoke arrow, or the grappling arrow.
Oh, that's right. L2R made him arrows.
Right, some specialty arrows, and as payment, he gave her a ring. But then the entire party said, "Oh."
It's because the way you gave it was all secretive, like you were trying to hide it. Listen, it's okay. We all know you love L2R.
I'd rather just give you gold. Anyway,
There was a major love-hate relationship between Blood and L, which is what made it perfect.
it was mostly hate.
Lord of the Realms for 400.
What is the name of the canon event that caused the changes to magic between the 4th and 5th editions?
Oh my god. I might be thinking about Critical Role. And I'm just going to say, what is the Calamity? Hell no, I was
So
never going to
what-
get that.
Between each edition of like D&D, there's like some major event that happens that causes all the changes between them in game, in lore, some sort of thing that goes on. But yeah,
Time for the finale. Game What Is Home for 500.
Do you want to bet any points? You're currently at 1,350, so you are currently losing. You could go to 0, or you could not do anything.
All in, man.
Okay.
Let's go. This is all in. So if I get this correct, you guys have to face consequence, which we have to determine at some point.
how did Blood stall for time while facing the frost trolls on the way to Xanadolia?
Oh my god. I do not remember this.
Dude, Rick had so many good lore questions that he sent me, and I'm like, I can't use all of these. These are all great. And all of the, they were all hard. They were great.
When you say stall for time, are you saying how did he kill time? Like, what did we do to kill time? Or are you saying he actually stalled?
No. It was not killing time. We were in the middle of facing the frost trolls. We had to stall for time for some reason. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, damn, I don't know if he, damn, this is such a good one. Oh my god, this is such a good and I'm gonna hate myself once you reveal the answer.
This was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Because I remember we got outside, and we had to get outside, and you had to do something to stall for time.
This was back when Corvus was a peasant.
Yeah, and you weren't even there. You had got you got feeble-minded and taken over, so you had left.
Nope, that was right after this.
I mean, think about how creative I try to be with everything I have in my inventory. That's the only hint.
Yeah, that's the problem. Everything you do is trying to be creative, and it's like that wouldn't work. What if he offered to take them to some food?
Final answer?
Yeah.
What is he used the immovable rod on the tower entrance?
Oh my God.
So we started inside the tower. The trolls, we heard them above, and so we left the tower, and they came out, and we started fighting them outside. And then we retreated into the tower, and I put my immovable rod on the door to stop them from coming in, which helped us stall for time.
We were trying to get to this mountain tower. We used a portal. We rolled horribly and ended up in the middle of a blizzard in the middle of nowhere.
We were slowly getting levels of exhaustion because it was so cold.
We didn't have anything for warmth or anything like that. We thought we were going straight to town. We didn't think to buy like warm clothes or anything. We were screwed.
I also could understand the trolls, and I knew that they were trying to eat us. Okay, so Max, you are at 0 points. Once again, the contestant, myself included, has been left with no points, but a punishment to be decided by our viewers. So if you guys will comment down below what you think the punishment for Max will be. And while you're at it, like and subscribe to the channel. That'd be great. You guys got anything else to say?
No, thank you for watching.
That was a ton of fun. Looking forward to seeing what Max has to do, and maybe by the time we actually do the round 3, they'll both be wearing dunce hats just to make me feel better.
Yeah, and we'll have to wear dunks hats while we come for you.
It's gonna be John's turn next.
Oh, I'm terrified for what your guys are gonna do when it turns around to me.
I got this. When was Gary Gygax born?
D&D 1 came out in the 70s, so I'm gonna guess 50s.
Yeah, that's not an exact year or date. I need the date, the hour, the hospital.
All right, cool, guys. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.